Hello guys, and welcome to another video here on the channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Greatly appreciate it. We're heading towards 2,000 subscribers right here on YouTube, so please subscribe. AFL information, trade rumors and results right here on YouTube if you haven't already. Now today's video, just a short sharp video. I'm going to name one player from each club who I feel is on their last chance. Now let's start off with the Adelaide Crows. The player for the Crows that I say is on their last chance is Chase Jones, a player that's always been in and out of the side. He was the top draft pick in the first round for the Crows, so they spent a lot on him. Hasn't really fulfilled that potential so far that he was touted in his draft year. He's been in and out of the side, and even when he's been in, hasn't really done an awful lot. So I feel he's on the last chance for the Crows. For the Brisbane Lions, it's Nakia Cockatoo. I mean, in and out of the side, yes, he's got a strong side, but he's not performing in the twos. And when he's been in the AFL side, he hasn't done much of anything since joining the Brisbane Lions. Outside of staying injury-free, he hasn't done anything for the Brisbane Lions, so that's him. For Carlton, it's Paddy Dow. Now, he could be a bit harsh. He's performed very well in the twos. Just hasn't got the opportunity. And I know you can just tell with Carlton that he's not a priority for them. He's on their last chance. He's on his last chance, but should get a go in another club after the end of this year, unless he drastically declines in form. For the Pies, it's Mason Cox. Pretty obvious choice for me. Just got a contract extension last year. Just got it this year. I mean, with Dan McStay coming in, Billy Frampton, who they say is going to play key defender, but could push forward if he needed. So Mason Cox is on his last chance. He may not be a regular this year. With Darcy Cameron being the ruckman, Darcy and Dan McStay going up forward, will be the backup ruck. So Mason Cox will have to play some games in the twos, and he's on his last chance, and he'll be one that has to have his career best season to date to be on the list next year. For the Bombers, I've gone a young key forward in Kane Baldwin. You know, say why he's only a young player, Scoops, and played a few games. Yeah, well, they've got Harrison Jones, they've got a few other players coming in, Sam Wiedemann, then you've got 2 metre Peter Wright as well, so I feel he's going to go down the pecking order further, and he's on his last chance. For the Dockers, it's Sam Sturt, very highly touted youngster. Started his career like a house on fire. Had some injury problems and was stuck in the twos all year in the waffle. And he only just got a contract session late in the trade period, so he'll be someone that's on his last chance for the Dockers. For Geelong, it's Asava Radigalia. Wanted to go in the trade period. Geelong didn't want to let him go because his contract ended up trying to play hardball. Things worth the second round. You got to be kidding me. Anyway, we digress. He's the one on his last chance for Geelong. People say, if Hawkins going, he might stay. But we'll have to wait and see there. For the Gold Coast Suns, it's Rory Atkins. Signed a 5-year deal when he joined them. Hasn't performed at all for them. Clearly a depth player. He's only been the sub a few times as well. So, been a late in as well. So, yeah, Rory Atkins for the Suns. For the Giants, it's a youngster as well, Ryan Angwin. Top draft pick. Hasn't played much. I guess he's had some injuries. Been stuck in the twos this year, even when they had all these bunch of injuries, the Giants. So, he's on his last chance for me. The Hawks, it's Max Lynch with Lloyd Meek coming in, Ned Reeves being there as well on the ruck, and they got a few developing ruckmen. Max Lynch is on his last chance, I feel. Personally, I don't think he should be, but I think the Hawks are thinking that way with him, with Ned Reeves and Lloyd Meek ahead of him. So he's on his last chance. The Melbourne Footy Club, I've gone Ben Brown. Now, I mean, his back half of the year wasn't great. Jacob Van Ruin, they'll want to play starting in the lineup. Obviously, got some other key forwards as well. So he and Tom McDonald coming back, so he's on his last chance. Ben Brown, I feel, and at his age as well. The Roos, it's Jack Marnie. Was a fan favourite favourite of David Noble and Lee Adams. I feel Clarko is not going to rate him. He's going to play Harry Shees, some guys like that in that position. James Stevenson, some other players like that. So I feel he's on his last chance. He'll need to perform very strongly this year. For the Power, it's Riley Bonner. In and out this year. Was touted in the trade part of the North Melbourne deal with Vaughan Francis and co. So he's on his last chance. For the Tigers, it's Jack Ross. With Taranto and Hopper coming in, that pushes him. With Taranto and Hopper coming in, that pushes Jack Ross further down the pecking order. If they want to play Shai Bolton in there, Trent Cotchin, Dustin Martin as well, that's going to push Jack Ross down the order. For the Saints, it's Nick Caulfield. I mean, people say he's come out from an ACL injury. Hadn't really performed. He was a top pick 7 and 8, him and Hunter Clark. He has not performed at all. Yes, he was injury prone last year for an ACL in the preseason. Before that, he hadn't really performed at all and plays in that position now. Jack Sinclair, Tommy Highmore and co. He He just needs to lift, and this is not saying he'd be someone to be delisted, but he'd definitely be on the trade table if he does not perform well in season 2023. For the Swans, it's Lewis Melican, contracted, key defender. They got a lot of key defenders. They got the McCartan brothers. You got Dane Rampy, a few others as well. So he's on his last chance. For the Eagles, it's Sam Petrescu-Seton. I don't know why they bothered to pick him up the trade. I thought it was terrible, a terrible move. The Dockers dodged a bullet there. He's definitely on his last chance. Wasn't getting the game as much with the depleted Eagles side. From the Bulldogs, the final side to go through is Anthony Scott. Played a little bit, but hadn't performed to his best. Please subscribe, guys. If you haven't watched it. Please subscribe if you haven't watched. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, which is what I was trying to get out. Till the next video, guys. Take care. Please subscribe to AFL information, trade rumors, and results, and go you mighty Saners.